Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, or whenever you're watching this live. This is episode number 2. I'm so excited about this week's expert. I don't know why I hesitated there, but anyway, I am excited because I came to know about her. I've been friends with her for ages. I came to know about her, our work as such. Maybe the tail end of last year, when I said, "Oh, yeah, I would like to look at your online course on personal branding." I was blown away by the content of that and also the cost of the course. So I thought this season I need to get her. Last season I could not get her on, but this season on this expert interview series, I need to get her to talk about how she does that. And also because of this lockdown and stuff, visual branding has taken a big toll. We are using our old photographs. We are using some of the free stock photographs, but we still have that guilty feeling. This is not my um, photo, or this is not my visual branding. So that's what we are going to talk about today. We are going to talk about the visual personal branding. Can we put our photographs up there and be confident that we represent who we are and what we do? So let me read a little bit about Blanka, and then we can hear it from her itself. Blanka works with women who wants to transform their business, giving them the confidence to be whoever they want to be and love who they are and realize their worth. This is where I got really attracted to the brand itself as Blanka. The reason I've been photo or scared about camera taking, you would never see me many of my photographs from my childhood or from my uni world. Even just 4 or 5 years ago, you would not see that much, and after that I had to change my mindset about photographs. So that's what we are going to discuss. Let me bring the guest on board and let's hear it from her. Hey Blanka, thank you very much. And I know you have your Rufus come through to be in a panic for a bit. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I will go into the subject and ask you a few questions you should be able to answer.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here and talk with you. So I'm Blanka Gal, and I'm a multi-award winning portrait and branding photographer. And I've been a photographer for over 10 years, but I had a transformational experience back in 2017 where I actually moved to the UK where I live now, and I started networking. And the more I networked, mainly in women's environment, I found that so many women have insecurities about themselves and how they look, and it's related to their business, and they are terrified to be visible. That I set myself a target that I want to empower this woman, and I want to show them that yes, they can own themselves, they can be more confident, and we can show them as talented photographers that it's not that you're not photogenic. There is not such a word like you're not photogenic. It's just you haven't been to a good photographer, or you haven't been thought to have a great photo of yourself. So that's my passion and my heart, and it's just a pleasure to be here.
Oh, thank you very much. The reason I wanted you on this is because number one, we are so scared, and number two, because of this lockdown, we can't have. As photographer, your business would have been affected so badly because yours is contact-based business. What I mean by that is face to face. You get people in and take photographs. It wouldn't be nice to have our masked. I mean, you can take the photograph. You're not in this picture, but it is not nice for the other person who is on the other side of the camera. So your online courses about that, and I'll come to this, but before, why do you think we need personal branding? Why do you think we need to? I know the reason, but I wanted to hear from an expert point of view, from a photographer point of view, that why do you think our images, our photographs are more important, or being a personal brand is more important than having a logo?
Yeah. Oh, yes. This is a really important and a great question, because I notice that so many business owners hide behind their logos, and they think that they have a branding. And well, I can start talking about even the branding first, because when you set up a business, you think you need branding, and what you have in mind is go to a graphic designer and the website designer and have your colors down, your logo down, and your website done. And then people think that, oh, my branding is ready, so I can actually put myself out there and I can start marketing and I can start selling and, shouting out about myself. But the most important thing, the psychology of branding and your self in your business, is still not shown, and it's hidden. And many entrepreneurs don't work on it for years, not just when you're startup, but even later on. So defining really important questions in your branding can help you even get much more clarity on who you want to serve, how you want to talk to your clients, what your brand message is, what is your whole business message that you can connect the most. And if you work on that, you will find that you will attract way much more clients. You will talk to your right clients. And one part is working on this psychology of the branding, but the other part is actually show yourself, because people buy from people. And if you look around, and I know many people are scared from competition. I don't believe in competition. I do believe that everyone has its unique space in this business environment. But your job is to tell your audience why they should buy from you and not from someone else. And the only way you can tell them, and the only way you can communicate this, especially now that we are online, is if you dare to be the face of your business. Dare to be the face of your business, also like doing lives and videos, also on your visionaries, on your images, to create something which is really showing you as your unique self. Because this is how the customers will get to know you. This is how you build up the know, trust, and like factors. And this is why they will feel that they are more connected to you than someone else. People buy from people. And if you're good, they will buy your services, sometimes don't even really care about what you offer, because they could buy it somewhere else. Just because you are visible enough and you show with your personal brand who you are, that's how you can make actually more business.
Yeah, I want to tell you the story. The one of the things I, as I said to you in many instances, that I am so scared of the camera. Anyone takes the camera out, I am just in a flash, I'm out of that whole
You're not
perimeter.
alone. Let me tell you, you're not alone. Right? 9 out of 10 people are mostly about this, and this is the issue they have. So it's normal. But I have to
And
say,
then
okay, go on.
And
Sorry.
then I went to this photographer, as you said before, it's about the photographer than anyone else. I went to this photographer, and the photographs, I use them even now, and they came out so natural, and it was not made up. It was not too off. It was just me. People can relate. They can see my photographs, and they can, when I see them face to face, they can recognize me. So that is when I realized, I'm okay. I'm photogenic in a way. So I can use it. And as also, I agree with the logo part of it. And I spent so much money creating logo and putting that logo as my on my page and thinking people will like it. But immediately I shifted it to my photograph. Many people liked my social media images and also the page. So it made sense that why people say people buy from people. And it's also the trust factor. That trust factor doesn't come from a logo which is created new. They don't have that image. Whereas you, when they see the picture, they've got that image. Oh, this is the person. I think they're real.
Yes,
So
exactly.
the
It is.
next question.
That's the point. It's real, and you can relate to it. And if you take a look at the statistics, is one of the most visited page on a website is the About Me page, because everyone wants to know
Yeah.
who they want to deal with and do business with. And you have to portray
Mm.
yourself right there. Think about yourself. What do you read? You read reviews and you check it out. Who's selling the product? Who's behind it? Can you have any connection with it? Is there anything that you feel like, yes, he's my right person? So you're right.
Yes. Yeah, and it's also the very second factor is once they've come, online is like it's been there since 2000, even before that, but since 2000 people started doing business with online services. But in spite of it, people could not trust the business before 2000, year 2000. They can go to a shop, they can go to an office, and they can see the person who is running that business, whereas online they cannot just pop into your house, or they cannot just pop into your office, because most of us do business at home. So it is better to have a personal brand and then move to your brand, or whichever brand you're trying to sell. But the personal brand with your personal face is a lot more receptive, and it creates trust. The very first thing is real, and then it is trust. As you say, oh yeah, I can trust this person because I see that person. So the second question is, as a photographer, yeah, this is cheeky question. As a photographer, you would be losing money when you tell people how to take their own photographs.
No. No.
Why
It's
not?
an interesting question. I do believe that the best way to get your professional photos by a professional photographer. And if you let me to quickly just touch point a few things, what you should look for in a photographer when you go and have your photos taken in a normal environment. And although we are now in lockdown here in the UK, actually, branding photography outside, so on location, not in a room, not in your environment, is classified as commercial photography. So it can still take place because you can keep the social distancing. It is limited because, yes, as you mentioned at the beginning, I really like to go there, arrange the hair, make sure that the outfit looks perfect, which you cannot do now. So it's a little bit limited, but it can still take part. So what you should look for in a photographer is, one is their images. So it's not just price, because price can actually relate to bad quality. Take a look at the images, take a look at the environment, how they work. And definitely, if you're looking for personal branding, you have to ask what else is included. Because the way I can only talk about the way how I work, I always have in-depth consultation about the brand. We go through on the branding, we design the photo shoot, we tailor it to not just your colors, but the message that you want to send out to your ideal clients, what you want to communicate, how you want them to feel when they connect with you. And not just because we are online and in lockdown, but if you sell to international, audience, having your personal brand nailed online is the most important thing, because that's how they will choose you. So especially if you're just worldwide, people cannot come to you even in normal circumstances. So you really have to make sure that the photographer offers a detailed branding consultation, and you sit down and you're design the shoot when you have it in person. But what we can talk about now, which is something that I had to pivot at the first lockdown back in last spring, is how can I teach people who are now unable to go to a photo shoot, or they don't have the finances, or they are starting out, or they have other issues that they cannot go to a professional photographer right now. How could they create still professional looking photos, or well, normally selfies with your own cell phone and a remote control selfie stick, because it's not that complicated. So I created a course for teaching people who are at home, who have insecurities, or maybe they're just starting out and they don't have, well, a branding kit is like £1,500, $1,500, and even more. And if you don't have the funds yet, because you're just starting up, you can have these kind of courses for like £100 or $100, which is really cheap. But the benefits and the value you get out of it is priceless, because you are connected with your audience in a much more personal level, and you learn the skills which is normal that you don't know, because it's not your profession. But we can teach you, and I can teach you as a photographer, how you can look better, how to avoid double chin, how to pose yourself, what light means, how you will get better images just by posing. Because I always say, I rather pose you and put you into great light instead of editing you, because I want to say, I'm not an editing geek. It's not about changing you on Photoshop. Photography is not about
Yes.
that. It's about getting the quality right for first. And then there are some amazing applications on your phone where you can actually edit if there's something missing, like it's less light or more light, and add to it. And you can create social media content images with your phone easily, because technology is there now.
Yeah, that is one thing. But selfies, I'll come to the products next, but I wanted to be more, how do I put it? Because many people use filters, and I hate filters. As a personal brand, you shouldn't be using the filters. It negates the point of who you are in many different ways. And when you're portraying yourself as a brand, don't have these catty eyes, fully polished face, and all of that. And I feel, oh, that's not right. And they're not, I still get that feeling of like, oh, they don't want to be seen. Why should I be even bothered with it? And it puts me off completely. What do you say for those people who
Who
wants
are
to
using filters?
use their,
Yeah.
excuse me,
Who are
who
using
wants to
filters?
use, yes, who wants to be a personal brand but still not confident enough.
Yeah.
And I know your course covers this in many ways, of like how you can pose and all of that. But there is one question which I would like to ask as well. But if you could answer this, what would you say to these people, like these ladies, mostly ladies? I don't see that in guys that much. Mostly ladies who go for these pictures, who go for these um, other things, and say, okay, I'll just put my eyebrows or my eyes to be more different color than what it is. So I will give it to you.
Well, I am really against these filters, because it's not just one thing that you feel like people who use it, and I know especially, using filters on through Instagram or whatever, they can smoothen your skin so you feel like you don't have to put makeup on, and it puts some kind of makeup on you. But these built-in filters actually smoothen out your lines, and they make you look completely different on a longer term basis. And I'm seeing this over the last mainly year, but 2 years definitely, that you get too used to this filtered look of yourself, that when you look into your own mirror, it even destroys your self-esteem more. So
Yeah.
instead of showing something unreal to the world, when you actually face yourself in the mirror, you will actually, how should I say, profound. You will hate yourself more, because I found so many women who told me, like, I just really hate myself. I'm not even don't like it. They use the word hate, which is awful to say. And I think running your business, being in your personal brand, the most important thing is accepting who you are. And you have to
Yes.
show it and be authentic. And you have to fall in love with yourself. I am talking, sorry. So it's
Oh,
really
that's okay.
important that you have to Accept yourself. Yeah, this is life, real time.
Yeah, that's it. I completely understand because homeschooling is not for me either.
Yeah, I have three children.
But
And
you guys do it so well.
first, going back. So when you use these filters, try to, if you really, really need to use them, try to soften them, try to find something which is more natural. Because in real life, many people who will see you, they will not recognize you. And I have to tell, no one is stupid. They do see the difference. They do see that it's not real. And if you're not real, they can question,
Yes.
is your business real? Is your message real? Is your service real? What are you doing?
Unconsciously, yes.
Yes, unconsciously. So it's like unconsciously, okay, what's going on here? We can be blindfolded by these filters because it's easier. But there are some tips and tricks. One is like, facing the light nicely, or slightly things that you can push your chin forward a little bit down to get rid of this. I do this. See, I can do that I have triple chin. It depends on what kind of movement you do. And recognizing what is actually into your benefit, how you hold your
Yeah.
body, even on a selfie. And it's a rule, which is closer to the camera looks bigger, which is further away looks smaller. So if you want to have, you do a selfie, let's say you try to do it like a half length body or a little bit more, and you see your butt light hide it. If you push that away from the camera, it will make you look slimmer. It's just optical things without actually putting a filter on you and changing you. I don't
Yes.
believe in it. Even in my photography, and even I do Photoshop my clients to the highest standard, but it's all about making them look their real themselves instead of changing themselves to someone else.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying. Is more of it is not about you, it's about how you use certain tools in to your advantage. If you've got a camera, you can take a selfie and make sure that it is presentable. At least I hate makeup. I Number one, I hate camera, and number two is I hate makeup, and I feel too heavy. And I make sure, one of my friends said, your makeup is so, it takes so much time, but because you don't wear, I put the makeup, I take it off, I put the makeup, I take it off. And by the time I go out, it's almost, there is no makeup, but it looks like makeup. So that is one of the things. And the second one is, okay, it's okay, we can take, but many people have got social media or e-commerce photographers. Does that, the same thing what applies to selfie applies to the product photography as well, or food photography, or whatever it is?
But it always
What
should
would you
be
say?
which is visually pleasing. So the lighting fundamentals, how good, what the direction of the light is really important where it comes from, because even the quality of the photo can change by the lack of light or the amount of light. And that's
Yeah.
like a tiny bit of it, how you create it, how you set it up for a product. And you can easily buy, if you want to do something with your product photography, you can easily buy these kind of small white boxes, or even if you don't have white boxes, didn't prepare, but I can show you, like with a few sheets of paper, you just put it on two sides and one other. So you just box it with white things. You put it inside, you have the light coming to the product, and you can photograph it from the top if you have a small product, if you have something nice. Always
Ah,
think of the light, and then the white reflection actually gives extra light. Also, if you're doing a call like this, make sure you have something light coming. I don't have a window here, but I have artificial lights lighting my face, but not directly. I also have something down on here on my desk. My desk is white, so it reflects more light because it fills you
yeah.
up, and it shows a better quality and a better of yourself. And so it's relevant for your products as well. And always ask yourself, when you see your visuals, would you buy from yourself if you were an outsider?
That's a very good question.
Would you connect with it? How does it make you feel? Try to see yourself as an outsider, as one of your clients. Instead of you being in your business, you have to put yourself a little bit away from your business and take a look. And it's not because your nose is slightly bigger. I have a horrible nose. That's it. This is how I was born. I cannot change it. So I'm not worrying about it. What could I do? I cannot do anything about it. But your
Yes.
personality should come through, because that's the most important thing. And being authentic and real will attract the right clients who will like you for who you are. So you shouldn't
Yes.
worry about how you sound on a live video. It's the same thing, not just the look. But I have many clients who tell me that they don't really do live videos because they don't like how they sound. Can you change it? No. Accept it. It's all right. If you're worried about
Yeah,
how
I was one of those people.
yeah, but if you're worried about how you sound, never do a phone call, never do a Zoom meeting, because you will sound the same. So why don't you have
Yes.
the worry because of that? And if you go to the online space and social media, why do you start worrying about this? Everyone already knows
Yes.
you.
Yes. That is true. I took this challenge last year. Just the whole challenge. My point was, I just wanted to be. I will be decent. I'm not going to come in my night dress or the bathrobe or something, but I will not put makeup. I just wanted to be. That message is what is going to drive them. And Dinesh, one of our viewer, he's one of my friend as well. He was saying that captions matter. Yes, along with the photograph, the caption which you write up, it does matter to get more followers. And the second, and this is one of the questions which I ask. I don't wear specs, even though because you're bigger, I'm all right. I can read it, and I've got little bit zoomed in with my characters as well. But I do wear specs. So how do you avoid the lighting on your? Sometimes when you take selfie, you can see that green thing which sticks on the glass. How do you avoid that when you take selfie or self portraits?
Yeah, that's a trickier thing, because I have specs as well, and I wear contact lenses. And when I got my specs, which is like so that's not my main thing, I forgot to ask for reflection blockers. So at least when you have the green, which is better than when you have, people when do the lights and you see all the lighting circles from the ring lights because of the reflection, that's the worst. And also, if you try to make a selfie while you have a ring light around, it will show it. Unfortunately, you cannot do anything with it in these terms, because it's a directed posing to the right. So usually when I take a photo with my professional camera, I always tell my clients to push their specs really up, really high, so it really sits in there. And when I see the reflection, I bend the face. You can bend your face when you see that actually the light goes out from your glass, and you turn your head. So it's a little bit trickier with posing. Sometimes you do have these issues, and of course I do edit for my clients. It's harder to do, but you can move your face, and you can move, to one side, and check it and see it. Especially if you do a selfie, it's great because you actually see it in a live view, what's going on your phone
Yeah.
before you take the photo. So you can do the movements and just try to find which direction you don't see these light reflections on your glasses, and push it up really up high. Because the other problem, not just the light, the other one is many people wear their glasses a little bit like lower. And if you look into the camera, sometimes the top of your glasses, the frame, actually cuts your eye, and all your eye level is just there.
Yeah.
So all you see is more of the specs, but you don't have the eye connection. And on every photograph, the eye connection is the most important thing.
Yes, that's one of the things which I notice as well. Why do they do that? I put my specs to the top, and sometimes it makes it so difficult to take the photographs. So someone said to me ages ago, I don't know whether that's right or wrong, that if you lift your camera, selfie camera, a little bit up, that reflection might not be as bad as it is like having straight to or down. Is that true? I've not tried it because I always try. I
Yeah,
can't get
so
it,
there is
so I take
another
this
thing
one.
why you can, but it also depends where the light is coming from. It depends on if you have a light, you're standing under a light and then you have the
Yeah.
reflection, or you have like a standing lamp. So it's not always working. If you are ideally, you should be in front of natural light. You should be in front of natural window or a door, or if you can go outside, because outside natural light is the best. But be careful.
Yes.
Sunshine and hard sunshine is the worst for photography. The most ideal
Yeah.
circumstance is outside when we have beautiful clouds. So it's a beautiful diffused light, and that's when you have nice reflection. Why they say, and I also say sometimes to many of my clients, to hold up the phone a little bit and bend it. So it's not just like holding it up, but bending it towards you so you face it. Because, and bend
Okay.
it towards a little bit yourself, because optically it will make you look a little bit slimmer, and it's really ideal for someone who's a bit curvy and you're looking up a little bit. So by the movement of looking up, you actually just stretch your neck. So also you avoid a little bit of double chin, or you avoid this kind of thing with, pulling back, what I do sometimes when I
Yeah.
laugh. So for creating the photos, optically lifting up and bending down will make your posture a little bit slimmer.
Oh, that's cool. Let me try. Let me try. Let me try. I'm inquisitive. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, that's cool.
And also how close you, so even if you see it, like how close you hold the phone to you, because if it's really here and you're facing it, like you have big nose like I do, it makes optically your nose wider and bigger, because that's like the
Yeah.
closest to the camera. So if you bend it, it will be giving you a different direction, but not for everyone, because sometimes I even realize that a little bit down for me and looking down is a better looking picture of me than looking up. So you have to find your angle, but you can actually just experiment with it, which angle is best for you. Maybe if you're holding up, it's not as good as holding it down, but you can play with it. It's not just statically facing you directly, but you can move it on. Ideally,
Yeah.
and that's like the rule, if someone is a little bit curlier, lifting it up and tilting the camera makes you look slimmer and the lines more in shape, like in your normal shape, because there is camera distortion. So what you see in the camera is not exactly who you are or how you are. So the camera distortion, lifting it up and bending, it will make you look how you are actually. But if you are skinnier, you can actually go down and use the camera from a lower angle, because then it will even your face and
Yeah,
body.
and it's also the eye contact, as you said before, with with the
Yes.
specs. The eye contact is important. Instead of looking at yourself, look at that small hole which is on the top. That's the trickier bit for
Yeah.
many. You do all the thing, and then you look at your own image. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
and then that kind of has got the domino effect of everything going along, and you take too many pictures and then nothing seemed to work. Wow, that's beautiful. So before I let you go, I would never know where to look at the camera. That's a small hole. So there is a tip, right? How to look at the camera when you're holding the selfie. But
Mm-hmm.
professional camera, you know that is a big hole which is in the center. That's where you need to look, whereas with this smartphones you don't know where to look for that.
Well, there is the camera. The
Uh,
easiest way to test where to look is have your smartphone turned on for the camera, and actually cover, because some people are confused which one is the camera, which one is the microphone. Put your finger in front of it and you will see in selfie mode, when you cover the camera, that's the camera. That's where you have to look. And can I say
yeah,
something else? Because
yeah,
many
please.
clients of mine ask me about, okay, but I get like strange facial expressions, or my smile is really fake and I'm faking this whole thing. How can we work on this? Because that's another big issue. And I always teach my clients to disconnect in their mind from having their photos taken. And at the moment when I push the button, or before that, I work with them, and you can try this at home. Have an amazingly good memory. Whatever you wish. If it's your favorite meal of the night or the previous day, or the best memory of your child, or something really happy and lifts you up, or maybe a romantic memory with your other half, doesn't matter what that is. The goal is to make your eyes smile, not your mouth. Because if your eyes are not smiling, it will not show. It will be fake. That's when you feel like, oh yeah, I'm smiling, but the mouth is moving, but the eyes are not connected, because in our mind it's going on like, oh, I've been photographed, I feel really strange, I don't like this, so this is what it's here, and it shows in your eyes. Have a beautiful, nice memory. Feel empowered. Find something which uplifts you, and take the photos like that. Not just when you're in front of a photographer, but also with this remote control thing, which is brilliant. It's almost like a professional image, because you have the remote control in your hand, and you can move the distance of the camera with the selfie stick, and actually you see what you're going to create. So you can have these nice movements and just push the button and you have the image.
Yeah, that's the biggest. I love those remote controls, because you don't have to, once you do everything and you set it up, and then you can click whatever way you want. I've got few of them like that. So you have this course, right? You've got this mini course. I think it's about 2 hours or so. Is that right? Yeah. I don't remember how long the course is.
I haven't measured how long the course, but probably it has like tiny videos, like maybe 10-15 minutes long videos. And I explain the exposure. So I explain not just, it's not just jumping into, okay, let's take the picture, but I explain how you should actually set it up, what things, how you find it. So even someone who has never done it can actually learn a lot about it and experiment. I also have posing guides in it, so it helps you, because many people have no idea how to pose, which is normal because that's not your profession. It's our job to teach you. So there's like a posing guide, like in a PDF, where you can see different ones. And I did those with the phone and the selfie stick. So these are not professional photos. I wanted to make them as real as I can. So I did with the remote control selfie as well.
Wow, that's cool. So where can we find this course? I've already got it. So if you could, after our session, if you could put that link. How much is it now, the courses? I got it about
£99 now. It includes a little bit more things in there, but what you get out of it. And the other thing is,
I know I got it for a beta price. I really got a great price.
There are photographers offering online, through FaceTime or Zoom camera photo shoots. And in one side, it's really good. I did that just for pleasure, for family photography back in first lockdown. But it really depends on the quality of the internet, of the broadband, and so many things, the quality of your computer or the camera. So it's not as good as actually having your phone on selfie mode. So the quality is much better. And what you can have is you can learn it and you can implement it. I assume, I would suggest that for a professional website, they are not the best, because I'm all about quality. They are good, but depending on the resolution of your phone, if you have the newest iPhones, it's more than perfect. But if you have an old phone, I wouldn't recommend to use them on a website on a long-term basis. But for social media post, original post, instead of using stock photography, these are the best ones what you can create.
Yeah, that's one thing. And second thing is, it's also about getting on with things. You don't want something to stop just because I can't go to a photographer. Even on LinkedIn, the many photographs I see are not professionally done. Yes, they are. It's a lot better than it used to be before, but still they take a selfie along with two other friends, and they put that photograph, and I was like, I hate, that's one thing which that's one of the peeve. Like, who are you? I don't want to
Exactly.
see, I don't want to work with your friends or your husband or your pets, or, I mean, I don't have any problem. They are good people. I don't have any problem with that, but they're not mine. I want to work with you. Just get your
Exactly.
photo there.
Yes,
So,
I gave a talk and I did this example. I photographed the photographer, and when I checked her profile picture, it was three of them in a pub with a beer. And I asked the question, I put up that picture, would you do business with? And I didn't finish my sentence, and no one had an idea who I was talking about. And then I said,
yeah,
well, or would you do business with this person? And she was exactly the same person, but I did the professional photo, and they could see the difference. And this is how I understand it, that hiding behind your logos, hiding behind your pets and your beautiful children and your friends, is, if you're doing business and if you're online, it's not relevant. And the one important thing, think about social media now as a search engine. And think about it, this
mhm,
is the first thing people will remember you. They might remember your business name, but they will remember your personal name. And even if they just go on Facebook or go on LinkedIn, they will search for you. So what they
yeah.
see on your personal picture is the first impression, and it really counts. So it's really important to get it right.
Yeah, that's one thing. And second thing is, it's picture, the images of you do get tagged on internet as well for search engines and stuff. So if they put your pictures does come, uh, if you've got a party picture or if you've got pets picture, that doesn't reflect you in any way or form. That's brilliant. So would you be putting that link in, after we finish this, your photography course? And also
Yeah.
please do go into all the three channels and put it in, like YouTube and LinkedIn and also Facebook page. Thank you really very much. Before we go, I've got three questions which I'm going to ask, which are like easy. It's just to get to know you, fun questions. So, are you, Leslie? Sounds like a great interview. Yes, please, Leslie, please do. So, what is are you a tea or a coffee person?
I am a coffee. I am a latte person. I love my
Oh,
long
yeah, I am as well. Oh,
coffee
that's
latte.
good.
This is how I drink coffee. I love the taste of it. It's not for me to wake up. It's more of like I drink it later, so it's my tea. I just love a beautiful coffee latte, with whole milk. I'm just all in.
Yes, that's true. I am a coffee latte person as well. I do drink tea. I don't have any problem with it. I used to be a tea drinker. Second question, is it, are you a nature person or city? If you go on a vacation, I would prefer city or nature. Joe is watching us. Joe says she's a coffee person as well. So the next one is, are you a city or a nature person who likes to
Oh,
go to
that's a
beach,
tricky
go?
one. It's a tricky one because I am just, my recharge is in nature and beach and trekking and hiking. But if I cannot go to a city, I don't feel complete. So I'm both. It's like I need both.
Okay, you're a balanced person. You don't,
Yes, and
you're not
I'm
scared.
definitely
Both.
not the type
Oh,
who's just sitting on the beach for a week on a holiday. So I have to have the movement. I have to have the city plus the nature. Nature is the main
yes.
element, but I need to have the buzz, the excitement.
Yeah, I am 60-40. I think 60% I want to be nature and left alone and all of that. 40% I can deal with city. So I alternate it. I go to the nature one day and go to city the next day, so I can charge myself. So that's good. And third is, this is tricky. I really am wanting to know, 2 o'clock in the morning, it's midnight, and you're fast asleep, and you're living in a flat, and it's a fire alarm goes off. What are the three things? It should not involve your spouse or your boyfriend or anyone, or your kids or your pets. What are the three things, inanimate things, which you would take and run away?
Oh, books, photographs, maybe bank card to have some money. Yeah. Well, I would take my camera, but it's the same thing like when my dad passed away, and he lived out in a village, and we haven't really talked for a long time. But the only thing I wanted to take from his home are books and photographs and memories. So that's right.
Joe, you're funny. You've got clothes on, woman. How many clothes are you going to take? She's
Oh,
saying
well,
clothes.
maybe I would put my clothes so I wouldn't be freezing. I wouldn't care. So I need my bank card, my books, and my pictures. That's it.
Oh,
I really enjoy that.
you are different. These three things are different from anyone else I've heard. These three things. The reason I say that is I wasn't this clear with my previous interviewees. I say always my iPad, laptop, and chargers to go with it. I cannot live without them. I'm
Well,
not
if
bothered about
I
background.
could buy another one, but memories you cannot bring back at all. And maybe because I'm a photographer, that's like something. And I was just talking about losing my dad, and when we went through on the photographs, I realized that although I was a professional photographer for ages and years, I haven't done a beautiful portrait of him and me. And the last photo which we had taken by a professional, it was when I was 12, and he passed away when I was 38. And it hit me really hard
Wow.
because my youngest child couldn't actually meet him in person. And I think creating legacy memories and not just storing 2,000, 20,000, 50,000 videos and selfies and pictures on phone, but print them out and have them and display them. And I also say decorate your home with love. And what I mean by it, decorate your home with the people you love and fill the space within. So I would definitely take the pictures and books.
Oh,
And
brilliant. That's brilliant. Thank you very much for your time. I know you've got a few things going on in your house, and your boys are looking for you. As like they've been very behaved. So I must say they're so beautiful and lovely. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Please put your links below, and if anyone asks a question, dressing gown. Joe is having fun. She's just you will go and see when you go and see the comments. You will see she say clothes, dressing gown. I really want to see Joe's when she is coming out at 2 o'clock in the morning.
oh,
Anyway, thank you very much, and I'll take you off and finish off the show. Thanks
thank
a
you
lot for
so
your
much
time.
for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you again.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Have an
Sorry, what did he say?
No, I just said have an amazing rest of the day, everyone, and thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Brilliant. Yes. Hey, all, thank you very much. Hope you got those tips. Please do go watch again and get those tips. Those are tips from a professional photographer who is also award winning for her photographs. So you will get tons of value out of this. And also she's got a course, online course, which she will put links in if you want to go and look at it and see how you can take. I always say if you can get an opportunity to work with an expert or get their online course or some kind of book to understand it is better to go for the book. Number one, I'm a thrifty person. No, I'm not. Number one, it is a lot easier. It's cheaper to get an expert. Once you understand how they work and how they do things, it is a lot easier when you have them. I have always have taken something out of that read a book or taken a course, and then I will go to this coach. I will know what they expect of me, and I will know what to get the clarity of what the requirements are as well. So I would strongly recommend the course, and I have taken it, and I feel it is a really good course to work with as well. As Blanka says, the selfie photographs might not be your permanent website photographs. It might not have the same resolution because on the website it just blows up, right? It gets pixelated. So that is what she means by that. The resolution is not as good as when you take a professional pro photographs. So please do get in touch with her. And if you've got any question for me, please do ask the question. I help expert speakers, coaches, and consultants to turn their expertise into an online legacy business. That's all I've got to share with you today. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.